What's good, y'all? Welcome to Small Package Wrestling. We are fresh off of Noche de los Grandes, and this is OG, and these are my fellow co-hosts, Aaron and Gwex. Please, thank y'all. When I introduce y'all, it would be nice if y'all fucking, say something instead of emoting. Let's do it. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
I'm waiting for the promo, Mr. Promo, to start with his promo.
I'm not gonna do it for y'all. Don't deserve it. Y'all don't deserve my promo. What? You know what we do deserve from all y'all? A subscription. Go ahead and body slam and RKO and 619 the bell. Go ahead and follow us on all the socials: Insta, Google Chat, TikTok, Reddit. Email us. You know what I mean? Send us some love. Send us some love. We are on Patreon. If you want to go ahead and make a generous donation, we would appreciate that. But fellas, Noche de los Grandes is over. How y'all feel?
I'm ready to do some rapid fire predictions, man. I feel pretty good and I'm excited to get to it. I feel really excited because we got to watch some good ass wrestling, specifically from Rey Fenix and Laredo Kid. So I wanted to ask y'all. I rated that a solid 3.5. What did y'all rate that? Small packages.
I think I give it a 3.
I give it a 3.75. Yeah, we're not that far apart. I think Laredo Kid, um, he's good, but I think he's been the champ for quite a while now. And Rey Fenix needs to wear the strap. So I'm really glad. I'm really happy for him. I really think he could carry that company. He could be one of the main guys there, and I think this is that first step. I mean, I thought that it was entertaining. I thought there was a couple of spots. I thought it was really from bell to bell. I mean, I felt like they just went. I mean, what do you guys think?
That's why I gave it a 3.5. I thought it was a fantastic match. And I think it was, like you said, that the opportunity for Rey Fenix to hopefully be the main guy in AAA or even in WWE one day.
I'm just happy they're finally doing something with Rey Fenix because he debuted. He started off pretty hot. He debuted at WrestleMania that same year. He was on SmackDown for a bit doing his thing, and then he kind of just disappeared for a while. And now that they send him over to AAA, we see him more and more of what he can do, and then him having the strapped cruiserweight championship. That helps him a lot, and I think the company is gonna just get good stuff from him.
100%. And honestly, I want to shout out Laredo Kid. I had heard his name a lot, but man, he could go. He put on a show today or that night with Rey Fenix, and his mask I think intrigued me. It was interesting. I liked it, and it has to be one of my favorites now.
It was cool, man. His mask is, I don't want to say it's up there with one of my favorites, but I appreciate. You know me, y'all know me. I appreciate a good mask. You know, we got the little situation back there. Um, all right, fellas. Anything else? You guys want to move on to the next match?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the next match with Hijo del Vikingo versus Hijo del Doctor Wagner Jr. That one is a mouthful. He's got a lot of titles, including the Latin American title, which he actually lost. I mean, I actually just gave this one a solid. I think it was another 3.5 for me. Just a solid match that got to showcase El Hijo del Vikingo as a heel and winning this title. I thought the ending was a little not the best, and that's why I didn't get a 4, anything better than that. But I think likewise with Rey Fenix, Hijo del Vikingo is someone that can do really well and AAA, who was the face of AAA for a really long time prior to the acquisition of WWE. And I think he could even do a main roster run because he's honestly one of the most talented wrestlers in the world.
What do you got?
I mean, we talked about how talented El Hijo de Vikingo is from the beginning of small package wrestling. I just want, as cool as it is to him to be in AAA, I want to see him in the main roster. I know he has a little long ways to go because he just turned heel in AAA, and I think they have he has a cool thing going on there. But I'm just waiting for that day where he finally debuts in the main roster.
Man, y'all know how I feel about El Hijo del Vikingo. For me, he's not. If he's not the best, one of the people that I enjoy watching the most right now, besides Darby Allen. I really like watching Vikingo, man. I think that he can go. I feel like every match that I watch with him, it's entertaining. I really feel like he's embraced the heel turn. He's a really good villain, I think, and he's wearing it really well, and he has some heat in Mexico. Se la raya on the entire crowd. Hijo de Vikingo, chinga tu madre, and he just kind of wears it, man. So it's been really fun watching him go heel. Contrary to Aaron, I don't want to see him on the main roster at WWE right now. I feel like the main roster at WWE, like the main promotion, doesn't know what they're doing with anybody. So I think I would just rather see him stay at AAA where things are going smoothly and things are going well, and have him build his character, and continue to build his heat. I actually gave this one, I thought it was going to be my sleeper, but I gave this one a 3.5 as well. I didn't like the shenanigans. It was a little shorter. It was like 7-8 minutes, but it was still a fun match. Aaron, how many stars would you give it?
Yeah, 3.5. I feel like the shenanigans added to the match because like before shenanigans it was pretty fun, and then that kind of added with Primo Omas getting involved, and yeah, to me that was a cool match, a fun match.
I love how the simple name could just make him so over with the community, bro. That's El Primo, bro. That's El Primo.
Obviously, they're related.
Yeah. But you know what, man? There's the storyline there is that him and Vikingo, and so this guy has heat with me, Vikingo. He has heat with Dom. He has heat with a lot of different people, and so and then Omos is having beef with Dr. Wagner's what's his name? What was his name? His partner?
Azteca something, no? Something Azteca?
Something like that, yeah. So they're kind of beefing there too. So I mean, the storylines it's getting built. So
all right, man. So after that, this was a sleeper for me. We had the AAA World Tag Team Title match with the War Raiders, and Pagano and Psycho Clown. Man, this was a good match. I give it a solid 4. Just a really, really good tag team match with in-ring storytelling, with good spots. These guys are of the larger variety, and that they didn't held them down at any point, and this match was nonstop, and they did crazy bumps. They're flying off the ropes. They're incredibly nimble for their size. And that made it just a sight to see. And like I said, I give it a 4. And I think that storyline of Pagano and Psycho Clown, that tag team finally ending, was a kind of a cool payoff at the end. It was very theatrical. Pagano just like fucking milking it as he's fucking like the fucking Psycho Clown's getting. That fool was like really fucking milking that shit. It was quality, but I don't know. What'd y'all think?
what do you think, Aaron?
I gave it a 3.5. That was a cool match. I like that they lost the titles, but it's going to continue with storyline between them. I know you guys mentioned that they have been having not beef, but like kind of like butting heads, the past few weeks. So I think this could be a good feud that can maybe pay off at Triple Mania.
Yeah, so this feud has been going on for a while where Psycho Clown, so there's been a series of, I guess, unfortunate events we can call them, where Psycho Clown ends up getting got by in different matches, and somehow he kind of wants to blame Pagano. And it's been several weeks of that actually, where they haven't had good results. And the culmination was finally today, where Psycho Clown finally put his hands on him and pushed him, and this guy but Pagano never fights back. Like, he never fights back. So this time he just kind of walked away. And then Eric and Ivar, they jumped on Psycho Clown, and this guy, like you said, Omar, he milked it. I gave this one also, I think, like 3.75. Not necessarily a 4, but I almost want to give it a 4 because of the storytelling, because I feel like it was good. Oh, by the way, like the promos weren't even like, there was no promos, or if there were, they're like 3 minutes. Yeah, so that's perfect. Aaron, you like the name, huh?
I like the what?
Do you like the name? Psycho Circus?
Psycho Circus? That's a cool name.
Yeah, it's cool.
But they broke up. I just find out that's their name.
They break up that day.
I'm late to the party.
Damn. Now they're a good tag team, man, and I think some of the most decorated and over people in lucha libre. But man, that leads us to the main event. Máscara por máscara, sangre por sangre, diente por diente. Fucking El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano. We saw that shit live. We were together. We smelled each other. We were fucking all up in each other's fucking, excitement.
You
And
were.
we
Yes, you were.
we were in that studio where Glex were sitting. I audibly reacted, got loud when Pimpin came out. There were so many moments.
Bro.
How many times? How many packages would you all give it? Gwex, let's start with you, my brother.
I
What
want
do
to
you
hear
think?
you guys. I want to hear you guys. What do you guys
I
got?
This is the perfect five. The perfect five small package wrestling. Like this was from storytelling to not just the storytelling, but the storytelling in the ring, and like having Pimpi coming in and the Los Americanos and the other fools and Bravo that doing that crossbody off the fucking off the crowd, and it's just everything. The Grande selling the ankle to just everything. The crowd too made this match fucking awesome. The reaction when BB took off the mask and it erupted, and when he hit his finisher and he kicked out, people were like couldn't believe it, and like, dude, this match was awesome, dude.
What do you think, Omar?
Aaron said it perfectly, bro. Perfect five small packages. This is the epitome of small package wrestling and of wrestling and the art of wrestling. I think I was just happy to have watched like the build up and happy to have been emotionally invested. Like, I think if you've been following small package wrestling since the very beginning, you have seen our hatred, my personal hatred towards Chad Gable's Grande Americano, and now my love for Ludwig Americano. So all of the payoff was just perfect in this match. It didn't disappoint. It could have easily not paid off and not paid homage to lucha culture, not paid homage to the community. They couldn't. Ludwig Americano could have fallen flat. When in reality, the Mexican people and me, I embraced him, and he's one of my favorite wrestlers now and shit. Just like his
Damn.
story of being a European guy, you know, and getting embraced by Mexico. It's like I think every interview that I've seen and everything that I've seen with him wearing that mask has been genuine and has been respectful of lucha culture. And I can't lie and say that it's a caricature, a negative caricature of our culture when it's a white guy wearing that mask and paying homage to our community and our country in a positive way. And when previously white guys have worn that mask or have made caricatures, or even our people have been caricatures of our community, and it's just cool to see it in a positive sense. So perfect five fucking small packages for that match and just for everything that it meant overall. To bring lucha libre on a grander stage for maybe some German guy now fucking likes lucha libre because of this, you know, and like that, I think that's badass, you know, like I think that's the beauty behind this these five small packages.
So, what do you guys think of Chad Gable? So, we tweeted on our Twitter, that that we appreciated Chad Gable's respect, the respect that he paid to the mask, to mask culture, and to lucha culture. And in particular, we also mentioned how his final speech gave us goosebumps. It made me emotional a little bit. It gave me goosebumps because of what he said. He said that when he put on that mask, he made it his mission, and maybe you guys can help me. He made it his mission to defeat every luchador, every wrestler that came across his path. But I think he ended it by saying that he could not defeat the Mexican spirit, especially in our political culture right now, in our racial culture. That meant a lot to me, you know? That meant a lot to me because it speaks to the resilience of our people, not to our people. I think all peoples are resilient, you know? But sometimes we need to get reminded of that, you know, and it's good to be reminded and it's good to hear it because a lot of our parents, each one of our parents here made sacrifices. They left a lot of people behind. They left a lot of things behind to come here. You know, when he said Mexican spirit, that's what I felt like he was talking about. And I particularly liked the ovation that the Mexican crowd gave him. I saw how difficult it was for him to take off his mask, how he kind of hesitated. I want to think that maybe part of that is part of the show, but maybe he became connected with that mask, you know? Um, and maybe that's why it was so hard for him. But I really appreciated the applause and the reception that our people gave him. I thought it was an incredible moment. I thought it was an incredible moment, and that for me, that was the best part of the match, and that's why it got 5 stars for me. The in ring stuff whatever, well, not whatever, but it's that, it's an understanding. And for a lot of people, they're getting an introduction to what lucha culture is and how important a mask is and what it means to wear a mask and why people protect their identity so much, because it's real, and because people like, look at what it did for Ludwig, and look at what it did for Chad Gable, so it's a hell of a ride. Chad, we gave you some shit before. I know it wasn't your fault. Probably somebody said, here, do this, right? It was a shitty ass gimmick, but it turned into something else. And maybe it didn't change you, Maybe you're always this person. I want to believe that you are. But the words that you said, man, they meant a lot to me as a person and as a wrestling fan and as a lucha fan. So here, I want to go ahead and salute you, Chad. A standing ovation and applause for you as well from me.
Oh wait, we have the effects. Hold on.
I mean, what do you guys think about Chad Gable? What did that speech make you think? What did it make you feel?
It audibly popped me. I mean, we were sitting together. I think I cheered. I was like, "Ugh," or something like that when he said it, because he didn't say a lot, but with those simple words, with speaking of the Mexican spirit and not being able to defeat it, he said a tremendous amount of his journey and his respect for our culture and our community. And like, they wouldn't our community's fickle, man. Like, in our rightfully so. Because wait, speaking of which, Rey Mysterio just dropped. The deadbeat dad, bro. Just fucking jumped off. But and like and we are rightfully distrustful of, I think, white guys coming in and trying to make fun of our culture. And so I think that it was tremendously powerful to have two white guys to sit in that middle of the ring and to essentially make a statement about the Mexican community and about lucha libre, and to say, like, man, like, I am mad respectful of every single fan and this culture that has made this possible. Those two guys could have gone released, would have more than likely gone released in WWE cuts. They would have not been anywhere near a main event scene. They wouldn't have gone that crowd. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to have their families together. Chad Gable specifically, like, got squashed by Gunther with his kids watching in the stands, and everyone wanted Chad Gable to win that Intercontinental title match, and he didn't. And now he has this opportunity to get his flowers and in front of a community, a country that isn't his own. And I think that's so beautiful about our culture, is that regardless of the shit and the sacrifices that our people have to go through, we're still gonna embrace community. We're still gonna embrace one another, regardless of what you look like, regardless of what language you speak, regardless of where you come from. If you respect our community, you're a part of it. You're invited to the fucking carne asada and the cookout. If you are willing to fucking eat carne asada and eat chile, know what I'm saying? And not fucking have your nose up, like, and just enjoy our community, enjoy our food, enjoy our wrestling.
So, Aaron, this is a speech, all right, guys? I put on this mask to learn Mexican culture, to understand and defeat the wrestlers I hate so much. During that process, I learned everything about wrestling, Mexico, AAA, Mexican culture, and its people. And I'm man enough to admit it. I'm not here as a mask, but as a man. But tonight, I couldn't defeat the Mexican people. This was my mask. My name is Chad Gable. I was born on March 8th, 1986 in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the United States of America. I've been a professional wrestler for 13 years. This is my mask, but the honor of Lucha Libre demands the truth. Monterrey, Mexico, mark my words. I don't know when, I don't know how, but Chad Gable will come back to Lucha Libre AAA. Thank you. What do you think, Aaron?
I mean, to be honest, well, I feel like towards the end of the match, it got pretty emotional with everything going on, and we kind of like saw that Grande Americano was going to win. But that speech, that's where I kind of held tears. It wasn't because of the apple juice either, but like it actually it hit. He was putting our people over. He was putting our country over, and kind of telling people like, hey, like this is lucha libre. This is how they do things here, and it was pretty cool to him to say that on a big stage, on a big platform that is WWE and AAA. So that was cool to see, and I feel like this was people's first time seeing a mascara versus mascara match, and I feel like that kind of represents lucha libre because lucha libre is all masks. So this was an important match to show the Mexican culture and show people that this like the meaning of a mask, because this was also my first time seeing a mascara versus mascara, and like I didn't know that after they lose their mask, like they give out their details, like Chad Gable did, like where they're from, when they were born, and all that. Like I didn't know that, so that was pretty neat. That as we're learning about lucha libre with the WWE.
So, do you guys think that Undertaker tweeted, "The atmosphere was electric, the world was watching, history was made"? Do you agree that this might have been a historic match? Did the moment feel historic on Saturday, and does it feel historic now?
Oh yeah, I told you I was nervous before this match.
You were
This only
nervous.
happened. I've only been nervous twice watching a wrestling match, and this was one of them. Like I don't know why, but just the storyline and the connection that we had with this guy with from the beginning, you know, not liking it to where it went like a year later to him being super over with our people is just insane. So I think that this was just historic. Like there's no other ways to say it. It's just historic.
Go ahead, Omar. What do you got?
And I think it's historic because it's such a fucking positive representation of our culture when historically WWE or wrestling in general has not depicted cultures, especially Mexican cultures, in a positive light. Like I've literally Eddie's Guerrero's main gimmick was lie, cheat, and steal. I don't know about you, but my people do not lie, cheat, and steal. And that was the representation of Mexican people for most of WWE history. And this is a break from that. This is something that is completely different. This is somewhere where two white guys are going into an arena in Monterrey, Mexico, and they're embracing the culture 100%. They're coming out in lucha masks. Ludwig Americano is loved by our fucking people. Like, brother, like that's what got me excited about it, is that I can't hate someone that is so loved by my people. How can I do that? When I'm seeing him like at carne asadas, when, you know, like all of this, and I'm seeing him get fucking standing ovations, and I'm seeing him like in weeks leading up to this match, like cutting some of the best promos and some of the best fucking like wrestling television I've seen, like with the fucking flying and the punch and the fucking mascara versus mascara, sangre con sangre. Like that's hard as fuck. Like that's quality. And he's saying it in our language. He's saying it in a way where he speaks Spanish like me, a little bit broken, a little bit, you know, not the best. And he's trying to get embraced by a culture that he's not from there. And so that speaks to me as a Mexican American because I'm not entirely from Mexico. And so I dream about getting embraced by my people, by my culture that way. And I know that my people will embrace you if you treat this flag in that country with respect. My voice is cracking right now because it's beautiful. This is real. Like these are real emotions that this guy has elicited from me. These two guys in masks who have decided to represent our culture in spite of a bunch of racism, a bunch of shit that's going on. Even the higher ups in WWE that have represented Mexican culture and my people in such a fucking negative, disgusting, racist way. And it's cool to see it in a very positive way. Quite frankly.
I mean, I think it's time to talk about Ludwig, man.
It's grande. Ludwig, it's
you're
he's
right,
in
you're
jail,
right.
probably.
Yeah,
You're right, you're
He's
right.
in Florida
Colony.
dealing with things.
Ludwig is recovering from his experience.
To me, man, it's kind of just. So I've been watching AAA. You know, I've enjoyed the hell out of this ride. He doesn't own you immediately. El Gran Americano, the tall one. But just se ganó la gente, you know, se la ganó. Se la ganó la gente, and little by little he started with his performances, but also how he he would talk and he would interact with people, you know. And so I think we have to talk about that. We have to talk about how our people really like just took him in and just accepted him. Um, I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't know if I've seen that lately. I don't know if I expected it. But what is it that you guys think about Ludwig that made him so over with our people? Like, what do you think he
Well,
did?
well, and I would say that I see that every day with our people. I see that every day con la gente, la raza, who take in people who are like the pura comunidad, bro. Like one of my best friends is Dave Soul Switch, who's a straight up German American, and he's the reason why I love him is because he's like that. And because our people have embraced him, you know, like anytime he kicks it with us, he's the only white guy around like 10 Mexican foods. And like, I think our people regularly are about embracing others, regardless of who you are, regardless of where you come from. And so I think that's why it's so beautiful to see Ludwig be embraced by our people on a grander stage. You know, like how many expats do we know, retired Americans, go to Mexico because it's so beautiful. The people there are so beautiful. The people there are so fucking festive, is what they say. And now, you know, like the people are actually getting to see the positive of Mexico without talking about the fucking danger, the cartels, everything like that the fucking news talks about. When that isn't the reality, right? I mean, obviously it's the reality, but there's also the beauty behind our people and behind our country that is not necessarily always shown. And Ludwig, man, he's doing it all. He's fucking showing up to fucking Penta's gym with banda, and I'm saying his fucking entrance, bro, like his fucking from like when he did the fucking walk up and he was like with the fucking thing and the people were just fucking behind him and the fucking sombrero, like
And it
he's
fell,
paying
I put it on him. Yeah.
and he fucking hey dude, that shit. The fact that he has like a Latina girlfriend and he's like, you know, like and like he's obviously studied and like hears from her, you know, like and embraces the culture in that way. Like it's cool, man. Like I think everything, every little thing that he does, like it checks the boxes. And like I saw it in for me, the final stamp was that Penta and Ludwig video that they did, or that Penta and Grande Americano workout video. Because at first Penta's being a fucking dick, bro. Because he's Penta's in fucking kayfabe. Like Penta and fucking Grande Americano have a feud, and then so Penta's just like talking hella shit. Like, hey, El Chaparro Americano, you know, showed up and he lifted like 30 times more than you. And so it's like just fucking like talk, they're like talking hella smack, and then he's like, at first he's like, get that fucking banda out of here, what the fuck are you doing, blah blah blah. And then while they're working out, Penta's just asking him fucking questions, like if you didn't know about Mexican culture, you would not be able to answer the questions that Penta was asking you. And this guy was acing them out the park. Bro was singing, like I said, Jose Jose, fucking like fucking Vicente Fernandez in the fucking middle of the fucking gym, bar for bar, bro. Like and he was like, yeah, I like reggaeton, like all of this stuff. Like you can't fake that. You can't. Like you cannot fake that love for our people and our culture. And I think that's what made it happen, and allowing him to just fall in love with us and the people to fall in love with him.
What do you think, Aaron?
I think it's time to use this momentum and put gold around his waist. Dom, you know, we all love Dom. He's the he's the mega campeón right now, but he hasn't been doing anything. And I think this would be the perfect opportunity to strap a rocket, even though he doesn't need it. He's already up there in space, fucking in Mars right now, and in the whole different universe. But like, if you think him winning that mascara versus mascara pop was insane, now imagine when he wins the world
Imagine,
title.
man. I mean, well, do you think Dom could be like a heel? You know, he
The
could be
deal,
like the
Dom would be the perfect heel for this
It's
guy.
such a good feud.
y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Omar and Aaron, Dom versus Grande Americano for the Mega Campeonato. I got I got
Mania.
I got Dom. I want Dom just because I actually wanted a Chaparro Americano to win, but I piss people off or whatever, you know, I can live with that kind of heat. Now, look, I want to pivot back to a little bit. This is one of Omar's favorite sayings lately. Un mexicano nace en donde le da la chingada gana. And there's a guy that wrote a tweet that I sometimes come back to every now and again. He says, a muchos les tocó ser mexicanos, otros tuvimos el privilegio de elegir serlo. Y no lo digo porque una forma de ser mexicano valga más que otra. Todo lo contrario. Lo digo porque cuando algo se elige, se abraza con plena conciencia, con gratitud, con orgullo y con responsabilidad. A muchos les tocó nacer mexicanos. Algunos tuvimos la fortuna de enamorarnos de México y elegir hacerlo nuestro. Por eso llevo tatuada aquella frase de Chabela Vargas. Los mexicanos nacemos en donde nos da la gana, porque ser mexicano es mucho más que un lugar donde naciste. Es una forma de sentir, de vivir, de luchar, de tender la mano y de no dejar creer. One of Omar's favorite phrases is that was Mark Rosas. He was a soccer player. I think he rose through the ranks through Barcelona, and he played in Mexico, and now he's happily one of ours.
He's Spanish, right?
Yeah, one of Omar's favorite sayings is "Donde come uno, come dos." That's who we are. Y sigue donde comen dos, come tres. Y donde come tres, come cuatro. And people kind of, but that's who we are, man. Y sabes qué, Grande Americano, come on in, come on in. You're welcome, bro. Hell of a fucking job. Listen to your boy Aaron. Talk to Mark Calloway, or what's his name, and go for that mega campeonato.
Rectangle.
Go for that mega campeonato.
And
Go
I
ahead.
will say, man, that Ludwig, in that same interview that I mentioned, said like he wants to live in Mexico. Like he doesn't see any other outcome in his life other than living in Mexico. And that the United States, he's wrestled all over the world, and that no other country has embraced him like Mexico. And like that was real. He was tearing up, like, as you said that, like, and like that's badass, and like it goes back to the wonderful quote that Gwex brought up is he needs to be the champion, man, and I don't think he's leaving. I think he deserves that gold, and he's gonna stay.
I think that you brought up a really good point, Omar, and maybe we can move on. Man, I lost it. What is it that you said? The emotion that this guy's had throughout this journey when he won Rey de Reyes, like the guy, you can see the emotion through the mask. To me, and I think you guys know that. Like one of my favorite parts of watching these wrestling matches is seeing the moment where maybe the guard comes down and you could see the real human back there, and you could see the emotion. And so this guy's enjoyed the hell out of this ride, man. He slept like a baby, probably that night. Man, and you deserve all the love that you're getting, man. All the praise, all the attention, man. You got a fucking corrido, bro. I played it yesterday. I couldn't fucking believe it, man. But felicidades, grande. Felicidades, grande. Échale chingadazos, man. No la cagues, güey. Échale. You can go. You can go.
Unless it's
Bro.
for the
So,
right reasons.
there you go. All right, fellas.